What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another Dynamite Harry's Gaming Thoughts, and today we're asking the big question: where is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Vegas 6-3, the fantastic tactical shooter from Tom Clancy's series? On the background, you're seeing some Tom Clancy's Rainbow Vegas 6-2 footage. Starting off with me customising my weapons in the Tom Clancy's way. This really kind of grew as the games went on. You know, with Ghost Recon Wildlands, and then obviously Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Really learnt from the customization, even the case of, you know, changing my combat armor that you can do like complete sides, left sides, everything like that. Vegas 2 was absolutely awesome, and unfortunately we're stuck with Siege, and we're really asking the question: where is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Vegas 3? Not another season pass of Siege, not another operator, not Siege, just talking about Rainbow Vegas, the tactical shooter that actually felt tactical, with a gripping campaign, satisfying gunplay, and a mode that kept us glued for hours. Terrorist hunt. And yeah, I'm going to say it, we don't want Siege content anymore, we want Rainbow Vegas 6-3. So as you can see in the background, we're playing some of the fantastic Rainbow Vegas 2. And you know what's so fantastic about this game is everything just felt awesome. It felt like you were a unit. Obviously, I've skipped the opening mission because it's more of a tutorial, but here is us zip roping into the rooftops over Vegas. You know, you've got thermal vision, you've got the ability to put silencers on, change your weapon from, you know, fully auto to single shot to 3-round burst, you know, fast roping, everything like that. It set the gold standard, in my opinion, for Rainbow Vegas. And really, you know, Siege should have been brilliant, and it should have had a campaign, in my opinion. Why it is a fantastic multiplayer game, not having a campaign for me just ruined it for me, because, you know, as much as multiplayer games are great fun, just having multiplayer only, for me, it just pulls me away from it. I'm not interested. I want a solid campaign. I want something awesome. You know, okay, you can tell how dated this is now looking back at it, you know, but you've got a team to command. You've got different options that you can use using the D-pad. I press up here now, and you can see that, you know, it brings up a little camera of what's going on. But if you press up in the game, you can get like overhead aerial view, and it shows you the heat sinks where everybody is. You've got multi-shot. Now we know that from Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, you know, stuff from Tom Clancy's Rainbow made it into the late games with a sync shot. You can breach and clear, and once you level up, you can get different options of breach and clearing. At the moment, I've only got smoke and flash, but then you can do grenade, you can do C4. You know, the snake cam, which I'm about to show you now, where you go under and have a look, and you can tag enemies. You know, it's pulled from so much fantastic games. I'm telling my team to stack up, and I'm going to go try shoot from outside the window. It worked so well. Now this come back. So originally, Vegas 1 came out in 2006. 2006 was the original Vegas 1, and instantly it's a shift, a pivot in the tactical shooter genre. We weren't just running and gunning. You had to think peak corners, use your squad to coordinate your breach. This was SWAT meets Hollywood. The setting genius, the bright lights of Vegas, contrasted with tense, dark corridors in casinos, nightclubs, and luxury hotels. Each mission had stakes, and the way that the game played, chef's kiss. Cover mechanics, planning your approach, breaching doors, it felt real without needing to be the sim realistic. Then, in 2008, Vegas 2 come out, and you could go loud or stealthy. You weren't being yelled at by random teammates in voice chat. You were immersed in a narrative world. And 2008 this come out. You know, we are now close to, what's that, 12, 17 years since we've had a Vegas game. How poor is that? You know, more maps, better AI, a character progression system, which I mentioned there. You could customise your operator and actually level up through experience. Want to focus on sniping? Cool. Prefer close quarters with an SMG? Even better. Game rewarded you for your style of play. And this wasn't just about multiplayer either. The campaigns were cinematic. You had characters, dialogue missions that escalated, told a story. Something Siege has never attempted, and it's absolutely appalling that it never attempted it. You get challenges for getting headshots. Stuff like that is awesome, you know. It keeps you playing, and it keeps you redoing the missions and trying different stuff out and wanting to. Now, what was fantastic about this game as well, I'm just going to put it into the footage, is we had a mode called Terrorist Hunt. Now, Terrorist Hunt, when you're playing with friends, was absolutely brutal. It doesn't give you time to, you know, plan and set up. The enemies are on you. You know, I'm playing it with the AI here, and unfortunately the AI are just not the best at all. But we managed to, you know, work tactically, and we go, right, okay, let's take out the first couple of enemies, and then we move. And then you can revive teammates, or you can get your AI teammate to revive. It was fantastic. It was almost like a secret sauce that made Tom Clancy's that little step higher, and for me was one of my favourite tactical shooter games. You and your squad are dropped into a hostile environment, no objectives timers, no fancy rank lobbies, just you versus the AI, and it was brutal. You clear room by room, check corners, watch for traps, and you never knew where the enemies were hiding. It felt like a puzzle with guns. It was a kind of mode you could play over and over again and never get bored, especially in co-op. And what made it genius, it scaled. You could play solo with friends or even just use it as practice. You'd finish Terror Hunt and think, why don't games more do this? Siege technically has its own version of this, but let's be honest, it's not the same. It's tacked on, rarely updated, and feels more like a tutorial than anything else, which is a shame because they had the recipe here for something that could have been fantastic on modern day machinery. Imagine Terrorist Hunt or a Vegas now, that tactical shooter with the level of graphics that we've got and the online connectivity that we've got in today's world. How fantastic. Imagine having like a 6-man squad and you're having to move around. I know a lot of games are like this, you've got so many games that are just trying that tactical shooter, and it's fantastic. We've recently played 6 Days in Fallujah. Again, that tactical shooter is fantastic. There's a SWAT game that slips my mind at the moment. Again, it gives you that, it's called Ready or Not. That's the game I was thinking of. Ready or Not. It gives you that tactical feel, but it possibly takes it too far forward, in my opinion. It makes it a sim, whereas this still felt very much like you could get through the missions. Now, for me, Rainbow Six Siege did have its moment. When it launched in 2015, it was rough. Missing content, weird hitboxes, server issues, but over the years it evolved. The operating system brought variety, competitive players found a home, the destruction mechanics were genuinely innovative. But here's the thing, Siege is now so focused on being an esports title that it's forgotten 90% of us. Siege is online only, that means no campaign, no story-driven missions, no co-op progression, and if the servers are down, and if you don't have good connection, that's it, you're locked out. We traded immersive solo co-op gameplay for flashy skins and battle passes. Siege also suffers from an operator overload. We hit the point where learning the game feels like studying for an exam. Every new season adds complexity, but not necessarily fun. And don't get me started on the monetization. There are enough cosmetics now to make Fortnite blush. And that's saying something. Fortnite is rams it down your throat, the amount of options you can buy in that game. Rainbow used to be about tension, about planning your next step, not reacting to some shield rush and panic droning. Siege is loud, fast and twitchy. Vegas was methodical, gritty and immersive. 2 completely different games wearing the same badge. And for me, Siege just, it was lacking. It really felt like, we were missing something. We were missing that campaign that, I grew up loving, and a lot of you are hopefully watching this grew up loving. Let me know in the comments. Did you enjoy, Vegas? What's your positive memories of it? Do you want to see a Vegas 3? So why would a Vegas 3 work nowadays? Here's the thing, Vegas 6.3 would print money right now. The nostalgia is real, gamers are constantly begging for grounded tactical shooters. Look how people reacted to Ghost Recon Malmex and how well Ready or Not is doing in the community. We don't want 150 operators, we want a team, a campaign, a mission, something to sink into without needing a competitive mindset or a KD ratio to care about. Imagine this, Vegas 3, a full single player campaign with branching missions, online and offline co-op, a revamped terrorist hunt with smarter AI and new map modifiers, tactical planning with breaching gear, drones, rappelling, and all the next gen graphics and physics. Ubisoft has the tools, the engine, the franchise history. They're just not using them, and it wouldn't even compete with Siege. They're 2 different audiences. Siege can be kept in esports focused, but Vegas 3 would bring fans back for the Ubisoft that they left behind. So here's the deal. We're tired of Siege seasons, we're tired of skins, bundles, and online only shooters. That leaves solo players behind. Rainbow Six Vegas was a tactical shooter Ubisoft made, and it was the best one. It balanced realism with fun, campaign with co-op, story with sandbox. It's time for Vegas 3, and if Ubisoft won't do it, they know they should. The community wants it loud and clear. If you agree, hit that like button, share this video, and drop your memories of Vegas 1 and 2 in the comments. What was your favourite mission? What made it special for you? And hey, if you're new here, subscribe for more gaming retrospectives and commentary. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will catch you in the next tactical game.